All right, today we're going to unravel a high-stakes digital detective story straight from the wild world of cryptocurrency. It's a case that has everything. A huge fortune, a controversial platform, and one single click that locked down over $100 million and opened up some really big questions. So let's start with a number, a really big number. $107 million. That's the value of the crypto assets at the absolute center of this story. And in the blink of an eye, they were completely locked away. Yup, frozen solid. One of the biggest names in crypto woke up to find his 9-figure investment totally inaccessible. He couldn't move a single token. So, the question is, why? How did this happen, and who pulled the trigger? Okay, let's set the scene. Every good drama needs its main characters, and this one has two major players. On one side, you've got a crypto billionaire, and on the other, a platform with some very powerful connections. So meet Justin Sun. If you've been in crypto for a while, you know the name. Founder of Tron, a huge personality in the space. He was a key investor in our second player, World Liberty Financial, or WLFI for short. It's a DeFi platform that happens to have links to the Trump family. Sun was a massive backer, but that relationship was about to take a very sharp turn.
Now, this freeze didn't just happen out of the blue. It was triggered by a trail of digital breadcrumbs left right there on the blockchain, a series of transactions that, to the platform's developers, set off some serious alarm bells.
And you have to understand, the speed here is just staggering. On September 1st, the WLFI token starts trading. Just a few days later, on a Monday, Justin Sun publicly says he has no plans to sell. But then, over the next 3 days, his wallet is seen moving $10 million worth of WLFI to exchanges. By Thursday, WLFI has had enough. They blacklist his address, freezing the other $107 million. Just like that. Tools that track blockchain activity, they immediately lit up. They flagged these movements. So when the team at WLFI saw $10 million in their tokens heading to exchanges, including one massive $9 million chunk, what were they supposed to think? To them, it looked like a major investor was getting ready to dump his holdings on the market, right after saying he wouldn't.
But of course, every story has two sides. After the freeze, Justin Sun was not about to stay quiet. He came out swinging, with a strong defense, basically arguing this was all a giant misunderstanding that, violated the very soul of crypto.
So what about those $10 million transfers? His explanation was that they were just generic exchange deposit tests. He's saying, look, these were just routine technical checks to make sure everything worked. They weren't actual sales and had zero effect on the market.
And he quickly took this from a technical squabble and blew it up into a huge philosophical battle. With this statement, he basically drew a line in the sand. He argued that a team being able to free someone's assets, that goes against the entire point of blockchain. The whole idea is that no one should be able to mess with your token.
So his case really boils down to a few key points. First, he said the freeze was totally unreasonable. Second, it violates his rights as an investor. Third, he warned that it's going to crush people's confidence in the WLFI platform itself. But his biggest point, the main argument, was that this just fundamentally goes against the whole idea of decentralization.
Okay, and this is where our mystery gets really juicy, because all of this data is public on the blockchain, right? So independent analysts, on-chain detectives, they all jumped in to figure out what was going on. But here's the crazy part. They all looked at the exact same digital trail and came to completely different conclusions. This is where it gets messy. On one side, you have the no camp. The AI at crypto intelligence firm Nansen looked at all the timestamps and basically said, nope, whatever Sun was doing, he didn't cause the token's price to dump. But then, in the yes camp, you have an analyst from Coinbase who followed the money and found a Binance wallet tied to Sun that had received $12 million worth of YFI tokens. I mean, just look at this. It shows you just how complicated this stuff can be. Bubble Maps saw the move and thought, he's getting ready to sell. Another analyst speculated that maybe the freeze was justified. Nansen AI comes in and says he's basically innocent of crashing the price. And then the Coinbase analyst suggests he was selling just kind of sneakily. It's the same data, leading to 4 totally different interpretations. Wild, right?
So you might be wondering, okay, it's a messy fight between one rich guy and one platform. Why does this matter to me? Well, because this single event goes way beyond them. It forces the entire crypto community to ask some really uncomfortable questions about power, about control, and about what decentralized finance is actually supposed to be.
And look, these weren't just philosophical questions. The consequences were immediate, and they were very real. As the news of all this drama got out, investor confidence just vanished. And the WLFI token's value absolutely cratered, down 20% in 24 hours, down a massive 42% since it launched. It's a pretty stark reminder of how much this kind of uncertainty can rock a market.
What we're really watching here is the fundamental conflict that's been at the heart of crypto since day one. On one side, you have the dream of pure decentralization, where code is law and nobody can touch your stuff. And on the other side, you have the practical reality of a central team that feels like it has to step in to protect everyone from what they see as a major threat.
So really, this isn't just about Justin Sun's money. This whole situation forces a really tough choice on everyone in this space. Do you stick to the principle that assets on a blockchain are sacred and untouchable no matter what? Or do you allow a central team to hit the kill switch to protect the project from the actions of one super powerful investor? There is no easy answer here.
And that's what it all boils down to. Our whole digital detective story leaves us with this one giant critical question. In this new world of crypto, who's really in charge? Who holds the keys? Is it the impartial, unchangeable code that the whole system is built on? Or is it the company, the team of people who wrote that code and still hold the power to change the rules? That, right there, is the multi-million-dollar question.